Yeah, what's good, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. This video gonna be a little bit different, so just bear with me, bear with me. But I also want to say a happy New Year's to you guys. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Happy New Year's and Christmas to you. Also, if you're a returning viewer, also Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas. Because more than likely, I probably never said Merry Christmas to you guys, or I just didn't have the time to. So there you guys go. Hopefully you all had an amazing time with your families, and you return home safely if you're traveling. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it. This video is gonna be a little different, I just want to talk about how the new year is going to be for me. What's my New Year's resolution? Everybody does this at the beginning of the year, and I never really ever put myself up to a New Year's resolution because I always felt like there's no point because every year is going to be different for everybody. So I never really had one, but I think it's also good to have one because it kind of gives you motivation to just want to do better, for yourself and improve your life. Uh, Now, whether or not you uphold yourself to the keep yourself motivated in doing that, it's totally up to you. But at times I really feel like people really just don't take it that serious. It's a little, yeah, what I'm saying, a little joke, or just something that everybody do every year or whatnot. So, but for me, my life has changed from this past year, and I have to live my life a lot different from a lot of people. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. But I also just want to say thanks again for everybody that supported me on my last couple of videos. Those videos have done amazing. The best videos I've ever had on my channels by far. So thank you guys for that. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it, man. If you don't know me, my name is Mike. I've been a content creator, or just I've been on YouTube since 2015. At least this channel has been. I've had the channel since 2015 when I was back in college. Uh, as far as being a gamer, I've been a gamer my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Just like an athlete, I've been a gamer my entire life from the age of maybe 3 or 4 till now. You feel me? But also I'm also been an athlete. That's one thing that a lot of people. Well, I mean, I would assume if you see me in real life or you just know me, you know what I'm saying. You already know I've been an athlete my entire life. I'm 6'6", and I've been tall my entire life. So I've always been an athlete my entire life. I played baseball, played football, did track, did ROTC. Really can't count that as sport, but it's just something I did. I've done everything. Band. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that on the opposite side of gaming or the outside, I've always done. It's just been a athlete, or I've done extracurricular outside of schooling and just doing homework. I've done other things. I cannot say that word at all. I'm terrible. But just what I'm saying. That's just something a little bit about me. Also at the age of 29. I just turned 29 this past November. And yeah, man, that's just a little bit. If you don't know nothing about me, that's just a little bit little stuff about me. Now get into what I really want to talk about is just how my life has just changed this past year, and I think everybody's life changed depending, during the year. It could be a big change, it could be a little change, it could be a major change. You know what I'm saying? But everybody goes through stuff in their life. For me, it was being diagnosed with testicular cancer this past year. As somebody being extremely healthy my entire life, I never really thought of having that issue happen. Of ever having that happen to me. Now, I'm not saying that I never thought it could happen. I just never thought it would happen. And I think everybody's the same way. There's stuff that goes, that happens to you, in your life that you would never think would happen. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because people that know me, I've had people that know me ask me, they was like, did your mother have, cancer? I was like, yeah, my mom had breast cancer, 20 years ago. She had 20 plus years, cancer survivor. She had breast cancer when I was 8 or 7, something like that. So they was like, isn't that, is that hereditary? Well, no, I don't think it is. I was born before she even, I was 8 or 7 when she got it. You know what I'm saying? It's not hereditary at all. And then I had it in a whole entirely different spot of my body. So I had to tell people, it's like, no, that's not how that works. It just happens. Everybody can be the healthiest of the healthiest. Like me, never had major illnesses or anything, major past a cold. I've had strep, I had chickenpox once, but anything past, as major as cancer or any other type of, disease, I've never had that happen to me in my entire life. I've been as healthy as healthy can come. Before that, when I was staying in Alabama, I was going, my brother works out a lot. We stay in the gym. During that time, I was living in Alabama. I mean, I was probably the healthiest of the healthiest, like the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. I was, 27, maybe, I think at the time. 27, 20, yeah, 27, 26, 27, 2%, 3% body fat, lean, athletic as hell, pushing 205, 210 of straight muscle. That was probably the healthiest, other than me playing, college sports. That's probably the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. So going from that to 2 years later, or a year and a half later, being diagnosed with cancer is crazy. But I mean, it happens. It happens to a lot of people. If you, there's a lot of athletes or people just in general that they could be the healthiest of the healthiest, and then out of nowhere, boom, here you go. Now you got one of the top diseases, in the world. And coming off that, man, and dealing with that entire year, it was crazy. It challenged me mentally. Having a strong family and a backing definitely, it definitely showed how strong I am mentally and, physically as a person. It damn sure tested me. I'm not gonna lie. It was times where, I just wasn't having it. You feel me? There was countless times where I was just tired and ready for the bullshit to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's everybody that goes through that. And to be honest, I had it rough going through chemo and stuff like that, but I didn't have it as rough as my mom, or some of the other cancer patients that I've shared a chemo room with, a medical room with. Those people, I can't imagine going through chemo of like this amount of rounds of chemo, and then you got to go through this amount of rounds of radiation. Because chemo itself it kills you, you know what I'm saying? Well, that kills you, but it takes. I don't like to use the word kill anymore. Let me change my vocabulary. It drains the crap out of you, mentally, physically. It drains the crap out of you, and your body changes too. I didn't like that. I didn't like how my body changed at the beginning of chemo. That was rough. But then it's crazy. During this past year of me being diagnosed with this disease. God, if you're not a religious person, I really don't like to throw the religion on people. But this whole past year, I've really gotten closer to God and stuff like that. Just by going to church and praying, get on my knees when during tough times and talking to Jesus and God and all that. There was times where really it shows how strong of a person he made me, because when I really was diagnosed, he really blessed me. It's kind of hard for me to explain and to go through this. So if I mess up and I stutter, I'm sorry. But when I was really diagnosed with this disease, I was working. God blessed me with a great paying job. My first ever salary job that I was guaranteed. You're going to make this amount a year. And it was really in the field. At first, when I graduated college, I didn't know what field I wanted to do. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. And I definitely have some regrets of certain stuff that I wanted to do, and I should have pulled the plug on it. But at the time, from me graduating high school until now, or when I graduated, I would say now, yeah, from high school to about 28-ish, when I actually got this job, that amazing job, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I was doing all these different things that I thought I wanted to do, but I didn't really pull the plug, you know, on those goals or what I wanted to do, those dreams or what I wanted to do, instead of just pulling the plug on something that I wanted to do and doing it. There was no wrong for me any of those things I wanted to do. So what I should have did was either, went crazy on grinding out content creation for YouTube. I made this channel in 2015, so I should have just that's what I really wanted to do, and that just prolong it for this amount of time. And that, I've seen growth, but if I really want to see the growth that I wanted to, I should just take it more serious while I was in college. But at the time, I was at college and I was playing college sports, going to practice and classes and stuff like that. I really didn't have time to make videos like I really wanted to make videos and stuff like that. So I didn't really work on it that hard. And then I was working while I was in college and stuff like that. And then I wanted to join the military. If you didn't know, my dad's an Army veteran. He was part of 82nd Airborne and Honor Guard. And that was something else I wanted to do. And I should have pulled the plug on that. And that's that was one of my biggest regrets, was not doing that. And I was really going to do that before I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. I was really going to do that. And when you have something that changes your life in that aspect, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I really should have did that when I had the chance back in high school when I really wanted to, or right after I graduated college. I should just pull the plug. But I mean, that's just the way life is. You can't really soak on certain stuff that you missed out on. And it's a regret, but I don't blame myself for not making that decision. It's just a decision that I just didn't do. So, that's something that's kind of rough about, me being diagnosed with cancer too. Is like, I really wanted to join the military, and I was really going to pull the plug on that. Like that's something I really want to do, and I was going to do it, and then boom, cancer. So that's just the tough part about that one. But the crazy thing is that, as healthy as I am and as strong as my mental and my physical ability is, and me just persevering and being strong and just getting all the love and support from everybody, from people that on social media, and let folks know how much what I've been going through this past year, and just getting the love and the amount of people that's checking on me too is crazy. So I really do appreciate that as well. But also just having a great job too that I can probably more than likely go back to is also a good thing, a great thing. It's a blessing, because this job at AT&T, that like I knew the job was gonna be great, but I didn't know how great it was. Like how much I really did enjoy having that job. I'm going off topics too. Like just stick with me. just stick with me, cause I'm just going off the top of my dome. So if it seems like I'm just going everywhere, I apologize. But it just year's been crazy, man, for me. You know what I'm saying? Going from job to job, in between jobs, trying to figure out, being an adult, figure out, life insurance, the health insurance too. That was a doozy. Going in between jobs, from Amazon to working at temp agencies, to being unemployed again, trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay for this, I'm gonna pay for that, being just not trying to rely on my parents too much and stuff like that. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Especially around this age, it's just a lot. But the crazy thing is that I'm learning around, this being this age, is that everybody don't have it figured out. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I always had to tell myself. It was like, oh, there's people that I'm seeing a lot of growth, and I'm always doing something. I always put effort towards, not just improving my life. There's people that's not doing a damn thing, and they're fine with that. Me, I'm not fine with that. I've always been that way. I don't like being broke. I don't like being, on my ass too much. I like to be productive a lot. So, this past year really was a test. It really had test that side of me. It really did, especially having cancer. That really tested me. But that was something I also had to learn, was like, when I got to get my rest, especially during chemo. I had to get my rest, because I was dead tired all the time. Dead tired. It's disgusting how tired I was. Uh, but going into this year, being blessed with uh, just able to say that I'm totally cancer free is a blessing in itself, and you know what I'm saying, it's crazy to me. It really is, and it just shows my hard work and how how good, you know what I'm saying. I don't like I said before, I don't like the religion on people, but it just shows how good God is and how He's been in my life and stuff like that. So, it's just a blessing for me, to be honest. Now going into this New Year's, I really want to say that I gotta change up a lot of different things. I've always been an avid drinker. Well, no, not avid drinker, but I've always liked to enjoy alcohol, especially through college. If you've been to college, or especially to a HBCU, because I went to HBCU. If you've been to HBCU, then you already know that is fun. Um, and so I've always loved drinking, especially with my friends and going out. So like I've always been a big drinker. But this past year, and even now, uh, when I can kind of drink a little bit, just a little bit, I really tend not to. Or I would say every time I go out, I understand that I don't have to drink at all, and I'm fine with that now. Me going through this past year and not being able to drink has, it's definitely shown me how to be able to really control that a lot better, like a lot better than a lot of people. Cause there was times where I would avidly go out, you know what I'm saying, have a good time, stuff like that. I'm not saying I would like go out and get just pitch, wasted, like nah. But I would damn sure at least go get, you know what I'm saying, have a good time, get tipsy and have have a good time. But now it's just more the fact like I don't feel like ever doing that ever. And I'm okay with that. So kind of happy with that side of me too. And it's just I think that's really just growth. You know what I'm saying? And showing the better side of myself. It's just like how much control I can have. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, going into this new year, man, just when I'm able to go back to the gym and get back to working out and stuff like that and hooping exactly how I want to. I can't wait for that. I still have my port. If you guys don't know, a port is basically it's connected to like my vascular system, not vascular system, but it's connected to one of my veins in my chest. And it was a way of like how doctors or nurses can, whenever I needed to go in and actually do blood work, that's how they do blood work and stuff like that. Uh, so I still have that connected to me. I just had my second major surgery. Uh, so basically, I had a nodule or dead necrosis tissue from the cancer. It traveled up to my lungs, and I had a spot on my lung, 2 centimeters. I think it was. It was small, but it was it was a small speck of dead necrotic tissue that was on my lungs from the cancer, and the chemo killed it. And so I just had my second major surgery of them taking that out. So my whole middle lobe of my right lung is no longer with me. They actually had to take that entire lobe out. And that process was very. I'm actually still going through the recovery. I had that last week on the 28th of December. So I'm still going through the recovery of that. It's been. I'm getting way better now. Like now, I'm actually able to actually like sleep properly, and sleep comfortably. Before then, man, being in the hospital, other than in the hospital, it wasn't really too bad. But coming home after all that was very tough, especially the first 2 days, because I really couldn't sleep because of I was in so much not pain, but I was I was really sore, and I really couldn't like really move or turn a certain way because your whole right side of your body is just the whole right side of your abdomen is really just a big ass muscle. So that side of me, so that was really tough for me. But now it's like I'm actually seeing improvements, and my body's healing great. My breathing is getting a lot stronger because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and stuff like doing my exercise, doing my breathing, doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. So that's really good. And also doing my workouts where I had to walk a lot to get my breathing and just staying fit, and that's what the doctors are loving. I even went home early after my surgery. Like that's how good of like recovery I've been doing for this surgery. Like I went home. I was supposed to stay in from 28th to Sunday, which was New Year's Eve. I went home 3 days before New Year's Eve. So I think I went home on the 30th. I think it was. It was either the 30th or the 31st. I think it was one of those 2 days. I think it was the 30th. So yeah, it had to been like the 30th. So I went home 3 days before I was even supposed to be released from the hospital. So that was a big blessing. And you know what I'm saying, just we gonna see this New Year's, and this New Year's we gonna see a big improvement in my life, and I can't wait for that. I know it's been a little bit long. I didn't plan for this video to be this long too. So if you're still here, I really do appreciate you, and I really do. I love you for that. But we're gonna, so I'm just gonna wrap it up for now. That's just really how I think my New Year is gonna go. I already know it's gonna go amazing. I'm dang sure gonna go back. Probably gonna go back to AT&T, because that job is too good of a job. They really pass up, especially that money. That money I was making from AT&T was sick. It was mind blowing how much money I was making at AT&T, and it's guaranteed money too. So I probably more than likely go back to that, and we're gonna keep grinding this YouTube thing out, man. To be honest, cause I have too much fun doing this, and if you're enjoying my content, I really do appreciate you so much. And I love you for that. So thank you guys for that, man. If you do want to show me some love, then you can definitely like this video. And yeah, man. Hopefully you guys stick to your New Year's resolution as you know, just like me. I'm dang sure just gonna stick to mine of just improving my life and moving out of my parents' house, getting back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really been on my feet since I left Alabama. And that's really not my fault at all. I was actually doing really well, and it just happened to, I made the decision just to leave a job and try to go figure out what I wanted to do next. And that's in between that time, I was diagnosed with cancer. So that's really, not my fault at all. And it's just life. You know what I'm saying? You really can't just throw anger straight at life like that. I mean, that's not how you improve and stuff like that. So, I can't wait for this new year to start, man. I really can't. So, like I said before, hopefully you guys just enjoyed the video for what it is, man. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, then feel free to click on the link down below for my latest video. And if you want to see more of my other content, then feel free to hit the subscribe button and go and check out some more of my other content. Yeah, see you in the next video.